never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me. Yeah, wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another reason to breathe this air.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today, here on the channel, I want to do a video on something that I haven't done in a while. There for a short time, I was trying to do about one of these a month, but it seems like it's been way more than a month since my last one. So I figure since it's a Friday, the first Friday in the month of May, it'd be a great way to kick off the weekend to do another one, and that is, where are they now? I enjoy doing these. So far, every one that I've done has been about a former wrestler, but if I keep doing these, somewhere along the way I will switch over and we'll talk about some former baseball players or basketball players or football players or something. But you know me, I love wrestling, so I started the Where Are They Nows on wrestlers, and until I talk about all the ones that I want to talk about, all the ones I think people are going to know, I'm not going to change. Now, I'm not going to talk about every single former wrestler, because there's some that, unless you're just a complete diehard wrestling fan, if I talk about them, then you're going to say, who is that? And if your response is, who is that? Then to me, they're not good enough to talk about. I try to talk about the people that as soon as you hear their name, you say, oh yeah, I remember him. Oh yeah, I recall her. Well, today is probably going to be the youngest wrestler that I've talked about so far, I think. I remember doing a Where Are They Now on Muhammad Hassan, but I can't recall exactly what age he is because he was forced to retire so early. So I'll say Muhammad Hassan and the guy that I'm going to talk about today are pretty close in age. They're both still extremely young. But today, the guy I want to talk about was born November the 26th of 1976. So yes, he's still just 47 years old. And the reason why I'm talking about this guy is because I actually saw a clip from a video over the weekend where he wrestled somewhere. I didn't try to click on the video and find out research on where it was, but he wrestled somewhere either this past weekend or the weekend before that, and it's just now making its rounds on social media. So he is still active in the wrestling business. But he debuted in 2001, and he was fired by the WWE in 2005. And the reason for his termination was told to him was that he had not progressed like they thought he should, especially in his in-ring ability, and they just felt like, hey, if you've had 4 years and you haven't gotten better, then you're just not going to get better. And we had high hopes for you. We didn't bring you in just to be a mid-card guy. We actually brought you in to be a main event guy, and you're just not good enough for that. So they let him go, but he debuted in 2001 when he won the inaugural Tough Enough along with Nydia, who was the Tough Enough winner for the ladies. He's probably best known for eliminating The Undertaker in the Royal Rumble, and I think that was 2002, but I could be wrong. And that was The Undertaker's idea because he thought, hey, we just brought this guy in. We're trying to push this guy to the moon and make this guy a main eventer. What better way to push him there than to let him eliminate me in the Royal Rumble? So it was actually The Undertaker's idea. They did it, and it just never progressed the way they hoped. But he was offered a contract to return in 2008, and he actually declined because he had a show on the Home Shopping Network, and he thought that returning to the WWE full-time would either hurt or completely destroy his Home Shopping Network show, so he declined. He now says he regrets that decision and wishes he would have taken them up on them asking him to return. But he was arrested in 2012, I believe, and I want to say it was for alcohol, but that's 12 years ago. I could be wrong. But when he got arrested in 2012, that killed his Home Shopping Network show. As soon as he got arrested, they canceled his show. But the guy that I'm talking about today is Maven Huffman, who of course was known as just Maven. Some people can make it on just their first name, like Madonna. That's her name. Nobody knows her last name. She's always been Madonna. And then you also have, in the country music world, you have Reba McEntire, who everybody calls Reba. You have Garth Brooks, who everybody calls Garth. Some people can make it on just their first name, but I think since Maven is such a unique name that I don't think anybody knew at the time, 23 years ago, that it was his actual name. I think everybody thought it was a stage name, but his actual first name is Maven. And even though his last name is Huffman, which is the last name of Lash and Booker, better known as Stevie Ray and Booker T. I know they were all three wrestlers, all three last name Huffman, but to my knowledge, Maven is not kin to Booker T and Stevie Ray. Now, Booker T and Stevie Ray are legitimate brothers, but to my knowledge, Maven is not kin to them. But he never panned out the way he was supposed to pan out. I don't really know why he didn't progress the way they thought he should. If you're not there at the performance center watching him train, you don't really know, what he's doing wrong. What's he not doing? What should he be doing that he's not doing? What's he doing that he shouldn't be doing? We're not there. We don't know. But he, threw out The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble in 2002, and then it was like within 6-7 months later, he was still there, but you knew, okay, this guy's not going anywhere. I don't really know exactly what happened, but he was in TNA for about a year in 2006, 2007. He's still doing independent shows sometimes. Now, Conan says that Maven is his nephew, but Maven says they are not kin, And Conan's been known over the years to lie, so I tend to lean toward Maven when he says they're not kin. But if you would like to see Maven, he actually currently has a YouTube page. He started, I believe, in the summer of last year, and he currently has over 380,000 subscribers. And for the most part, all he does is tell stories from the road, from his time in the WWE. He's 47, with the exception of the fact that he's put on a little bit of weight. He still looks exactly the same he did when he wrestled. But if you get on YouTube and watch his videos, maybe in one of them you'll find out exactly, why he got fired in 2005 for being told he was not progressing the way they thought he should. I mean, I know what that means, but it does make you wonder and make you curious as to, how was he not progressing? What was he not doing? Was he not training the way he should? We'll never know unless he comes out and tells us. But that is the Where Are They Now on Maven Huffman, better known as Maven. To my knowledge, the only championship he ever won in his 4 years in the WWE was, I believe he won the Hardcore Championship 3 times, and I think that's the only belt he ever won in the WWE. Any thoughts on this? Please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Someone keeps sending me bouquets of celery. I'm being stalked. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.